Hi, I'm Dr. Leo Powers, and I'm here in Plover, Wisconsin, right downtown Plover. And I read this article in Scientific American on Pfeisteria, and it was a case of, it's kind of like the flu symptom, but they call it Pfeisteria. And the interesting thing about it is it's a microbe that was found in the water down by Milwaukee, and quite a few people got sick from it, and they figured it happened because the cow manure got into the river, and they were taking water out of the river, and then they got sick from it. And so in this particular case, we have we have septic systems, for people, septic systems for people, and they've had that since 40s or 50s, and so we're protected by people manure so that we don't get sick from Pfeisteria and stuff like that. And so, but the problem is, people have dogs and cats and pets, and the dogs go outside and they don't go in a toilet. They just kind of go out there and they do their thing. And some of the soil is sandy soil, so the water, when it rains, it washes the fecal contamination down into the water supply. And so they check for salmonella and E. coli, but they may not test for some of the one-celled organisms that are microbes that could be in the water supply. And so most people stay pretty healthy, so they think, most people are healthy, it's good, right? But then there's some people are immune suppressed, and they think the body is allergic to itself, which that doesn't make any sense at all to me. There has to be something that's causing it. So, and so I assume that, if people get more sick after a heavy rain in an area, that some of the, dog doo-doo and cat doo-doo that's, out there goes down into the water supply, or it could be deer doo-doo, whatever. But people, it's not from people, it's from some other source. And so instead of getting everybody to get their cat and dog and, deer or, goat or cow or whatever, another way to address this is I found out that the water, when you filter it down to 1 micron, it takes out the cysts of the mitochondria, or not of the mitochondria, of the protozoa. And the protozoa is Pfeisteria, and that's something that can make you very sick. It give you flu-like symptoms. Now, COVID is not Pfeisteria. COVID is, it's a separate thing. But when you want to get better, your body naturally will want to clean itself out. So you get diarrhea, you'll throw up if there's something in you that needs to get out. But after you throw it up and have diarrhea, it should be out of you. So you want to put in really clean water so that your body can heal, so your acidity of your stomach can come back up, and then once it's back up, then you want to stay healthier. And so what I found out is a really simple fix. When I was married, we had 2 little kids, and my wife was sick for 6 weeks, and she'd been on antibiotics twice, and she was still sick. And so I went to the hardware store, and then there was somebody there that was doing just fine, and they said, well, what are you doing, and what kind of water are you drinking? And they said, well, I'm getting filtered water at Cobb's. The Cobb's used to be, Metro Market used to be Cobb's. And so I said, well, so have you been sick lately? No, not at all. So then I thought, well, maybe there's something to the filtered water. So then when I went and got a pure filter, I put it on the faucet, and we started drinking filtered water. And the next day, my wife was better. She'd been sick for 6 weeks, and she was better the next day. And I was like, oh, a coincidence, maybe. So anyway, so that I attempted to encourage people to, do filtered water. even though the the water system is quite safe, but for people that are a little sick or quite a bit sick, it could help them to filter the water a little better, because we need to be responsible for our health. We can't depend on the government to do everything to fix the problem. We got to do it. We need to be responsible and do it. So if you want to get better, this is another thing you could do that could help probably quite a bit, because I treated a patient that had lupus, and they gave her like 10 years to live, and she's still around. And her sed rate went from being abnormal, and now her white blood cells is much lower, down to the lower part of normal on the white blood cells. So this is part of the key. If you're post-COVID, it would be good to get a good water filter that goes down to 1 micron. And if you do reverse osmosis, don't trust that. It has to be down to 1 micron. And I did check, and somebody that had a reverse osmosis water filter, a water processing to get cleaner water, they can get on the end of it, they can get a 1 micron filter on it. But some of them are 5 microns, which is too big. You need to go down 1 micron to get any the cysts out. So this is the information. So it's work, but it's worth it.